Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of Mental Reality. I hope you are taking care of yourselves and making it through day by day as we continue to social distance. Even if your states are on the list to reopen or have slightly reopened, like here, the beach, why, I don't know, but I'm still home. But continue to be safe, continue to take care of yourself the best way you know how. Today we're going to be talking about your story, your rules. And for my loyal followers and watchers, y'all know when it's a serious topic or a topic that I really want to make sure I drive in, I got my notes with me, y'all. But so you may see me glance down, but this topic is dear to my heart because it was something that I struggled with when I first got out of undergrad back in 2014. Again, today I wanted to talk to you all about your story, your rules, and three pieces of feedback I got when I was asking for, what makes you feel left behind is a lot of people said they see in their peers and what appears to be further along. Also feeling like they took too long to go off to school or feeling like, they're too old to go back to school. And then also feeling like they putting in the work and not getting the results they desire. And the main three questions, they coincide with each of those points that I want you to ask yourself and just keep them playing in your head as I talk is, when you're seeing your peers with these different things, so seeing them with cars, babies, marriages, homes, the six-figure job, ask yourself, are you ready for that level of commitment? And when I say that, it's like, okay, all those things I just named require commitment to some point. A marriage requires a commitment to another person and also commitment to sharing your life with that person and sharing decisions with that person and being with that person for the rest of your life. Hopefully, because we all know sometimes it doesn't work. But that's what marriage is. You have to see like, okay, am I ready for that level of commitment? Having kids is also one of the greatest commitments you can make because you have a lifelong commitment to that person. Outside of marriage, it's even greater than that because you bring this person into the world. So you have to decide like, am I ready to really have someone need me for everything? And as we all know, myself included, as being millennials, it goes past 18. So you have to be prepared to be somebody's all in all for your entire life. Are you ready for that level of commitment, or do you just want to take the pictures? Be honest with yourself. Also, with buying a home, that's a level of commitment that sometimes can run for as long as 30 years. And don't take out a second mortgage. You could be committed to that home for the rest of your life as well. So you have to also ask yourself, am I ready for that level of commitment of when the air conditioner goes out, I can't call a landlord because guess what? I'm the landlord. Or if I'm having a water leak, I have to call the plumber and pay him out of my money and not the landlord paying it out of my rent. So you have to think, are you ready for those levels of commitment? While home ownership is a great goal that I, myself included, I have, set to crush within this next year, there's also a level of commitment that I have to prepare myself for as well. So that's another thing. With all those things that you see your peers post and you feel like, oh, I want that. Why I don't have that? Like, ask yourself, are you ready for that level of commitment? And remember that they're only showing you the shiny new parts, the pretty parts. They're not showing you the hard work or the struggle that is going on behind the scene. Number two, in feeling like you waited too long to go off to school, or you feel like you're getting too old to do certain things, and it's like you can't cry over spilled milk. We can't go back in time and change decisions, but what we can do is make the best of what we're doing now. Because I'm a person like, I wish I had sometimes a time machine to go back and just say, oh, let's erase that and make a new decision, or let's flip this. But that wouldn't make me the person I am today. Those experiences made me who I am today. And that's where you have to, pull from when you think about like, oh, I waited to go to school till I was 22 and 23 and I'm still not with my bachelor's. And it's like, okay, but if you go back and to make the decision to go to school immediately, would you have some of the experiences, the positive ones, would you have those in your life now, or would those be gone from your memory? Because had I made certain different choices, I might not have some of the best friends in my life that I have now. Now, did negative choices lead me to that? Absolutely. But I would not trade that time for the world, because that's my story. And that's the thing we have to remember. Your story, your rules. There is no timeline on, oh, I should have went to school right after college. That, we see that on social media. We see it in the news. We see it on, our sitcoms we watch. But that doesn't by no means is the actual way it's supposed to go. Ain't no book to check out at the library and be like, hey, this is the timeline. Boom, boom, boom. If you don't meet it, you're a failure. No, there's no timeline on life. That is why at any point of the day, anybody can sign up for school. Anybody can go apply and start taking a ENC 1101 class. There's no age requirement. It's not like they look at your ID and say, oh, girl, you too old, bye. It doesn't happen. So don't feel that you're missing out on anything, because guess what? College is still college. And no matter what age you get that degree, it's like a viral post that floats around social media from time to time. A bachelor's degree at 30 is still, guess what? A bachelor's degree. Getting a master's at 50 is still going to be your master's. Like, don't allow timelines that sometimes we set on ourselves, or allow our parents to set on ourselves, to dictate our lives. Because guess what? It's your life. It's your life, your story, your rules. So if you want to go to school one year, take a year off, go back. If you want to do the leap year method, where I only go to school every 4 years, that's your choice. Do that, as long as it gets done. I am the child of a mama who started working on her bachelor's at 18, did not finish till she was 48. Did that make her accomplishment any less? No. Because she still has it. It's still going to say bachelor's degree. So we can't cry over spilled milk. Only thing we can do is clean it up, move on. Because those choices you made you to be the great person you are now. So don't allow somebody else's timelines or somebody else's, what you see story to dictate your happiness within yourself. Because you're still great. You're still awesome. You're still gonna have you're still, nobody can take that education from you, and there's no age limit on learning. Last but not least, sometimes we feel like we put in the work, but we don't get the results that we desire. And the comparison I'll use for myself is with weight loss and the journey I've had for probably the last 5-6 years with that, seriously. And you can apply whatever journey or whatever struggle you feel like you're going through with something and apply it. But for me, I want the little waist, I want the big hips, and I just want to be fine all the time. And why I don't think I look too bad. I don't put the work in that I should. I don't make my levels of sacrifice. So it's like, you have to ask yourself, are you really putting in the full sacrifice? Now, you may be sacrificing here and there, or a little dabble here, a little dabble there, but are you truly putting the full sacrifice for what you want, and so you can achieve it? I've known people to, they have a certain debt they want to pay off within a year. They don't just cut off, certain subscription services. They cut off anything extra. No eating out, no traveling. They conserve gas. Like, they make that sacrifice so they can pay off that debt. I ain't there yet. So, when outside open back up, I still got a few trips planned, but I've made sacrifices in other places so I can live that way. I've always worked 2 jobs, so I make sacrifices on my time so I can live a life that I want to. One day, I'm going to not have to work 2 jobs, but until that day comes, I make that sacrifice to work and to move forward. But again, like I said a little bit earlier, I don't make the full sacrifice with working out. I work out every day, but sometimes I know I could go a little harder, but I just be like, nah, I don't want to. Or I eat trash some days, and it's just like, I can't expect the result, and I'm not giving the full sacrifice. And if you are giving the full sacrifice and you still feel like you're not getting the result that you want, ask yourself what's not making you happy and what would make you happy. Like what do I need to do to make myself happy with this result? Because sometimes you may want to lose 10 pounds, you only lose 5. That does not make you a failure. You still lost some weight. Or you put your whole effort in to earn a certain amount by a certain day. You want to earn 30,000 in 30 days, and you might only get to 25. Does that mean that you failed? No, that just means we have to just readjust our focus and see what we need to do next time in order to meet that goal. And so I just want to recap with you all. Like, remember these 3 questions when you're starting to fall into that rut of social comparison or envying, because it's a fine line between being motivated by somebody's story and envying somebody's story. While they run sort of neck and neck, you always want to make sure you're motivated and not envious, because when you envy somebody else's story, you're missing out on your own. And always remember, there's no right or wrong time to do anything. It's just your time. Does it make it right? Does that make it wrong? No, it just makes it yours. As again, stressing your story, your rules. And ask yourself these 3 questions when you feel you're falling into a rut. Ask yourself, are you prepared for that level of commitment? So if you just feel like you are ready to take this commitment on, are you ready for that level of commitment? If the answer is no, ask yourself what work you need to do in order to be ready and work towards that. Question number 2. Who gave you the timelines? Especially, for a big one for our age group is like with school. Like, who gave you these timelines that you had to hit these marks like by this time? Because guess what? All the colleges are still open. Even in Roma, all the colleges are still open. FCCJ is still open. UNL still open. FAMU on the highest of the 7 hills are still open. And you have to, keep it to perspective. Like, whenever it gets done, that's time for you. That's your time. And your 3rd question is, okay, say you made the choice that you want this commitment. Are you making the full sacrifice? And be honest with yourself. If you can't be honest with yourself, you can't be honest with nobody else. And that's it. Your story, your rules. Don't allow anyone else's journey to make you feel as if yours is inadequate, because it's yours. Their journey is theirs, yours is yours. And again, you only know what they want you to know. So don't feel as if because it took you 5 tries and they say it only took them 2, but actually if we it may have only took them 2 in this year. It may have took you 5 total times in life to do something and get it right, but it may have took them 2 within this year. But they're not counting the 10 other times in the previous years that it took to, hit this selling point or, hit that weight loss goal or anything. So you have to make sure that you live your story by your rules. And always remember that you're the most important person in your mental health journey. Quick. I want to just have 3 major points that, well, not so much major, but just 3 points to help yourself to remain focused. It comes from my previous video on living in a highlight reel society, and that is find peace within yourself. So be, content with whatever you have and wherever you're working at in life. Be content with that. Reflect on what motivates you and inspires you. So yeah, you may see somebody who has a similar journey as you, but what motivates you? Nobody else's story should motivate you. You have to motivate you. You have to have your goals in mind so you know what you're hitting for yourself. And last but not least, and this probably is the most important one, level up at your own pace, y'all. Level up at your own pace, not anyone else's. Just because Ashley over here is, she lost 10 pounds in 6 days. That's cool for Ashley. I'm only gonna probably lose 2 pounds in 6 days, but that's my own. I'm still counting it as a win. That's her win. This is my win. So always remember that you control your story. You control your story. You make your rules for your story, no one else's. And again, always remember you're the most important person in your mental health journey. And I'll see y'all next week. Bye.